Hi, I'm Aaron Clements with your C&C Auto Show news for this week. A recent Edmunds report shows that in quarter two of 2025, over 25% of vehicle trade-ins were underwater or the person owed more on the car than the car was worth. I'd like to give a few tips on that. Now, if money's no object, don't even worry about listening to these tips. Just buy whatever you want to buy. But if it is an object, like for most of us, checking the depreciation can be very helpful. Find out what the car might be worth in 2 years, 4 years, 5 years. This might help you to keep from being underwater. And for instance, if let's say that you had a vehicle that you paid $80,000 for, you still owed $60,000 on it, you had an accident and they were only going to pay you $40,000, you would have to come up with the $20,000 to be able to pay the loan off. So you want to be careful of that. Next item, Tesla raises the Model Y prices for the first time in 2 years. All Model Y variants see price increases up around $1,000. Higher material, business, and fuel costs are likely contributed to the price hike. But at the same time, $1,000 in 2 years, that's not bad, Tesla. I think you did pretty good on that one. Global shipping disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz are contributing to a worldwide shortage of refined fuels. We all know that. As a result, the U.S. EPA is increasing the ethanol content allowed in gasoline from E10 to E15. Now, I think this could be a problem because a lot of the vehicles that were built, let's say in early 2000s, they may not be built to withstand or built for E15. And definitely when you get into cars that are in the 90s, 80s, and 90s, they definitely wouldn't be built for the E15s. So we want to be very careful with that because what happens is when the E15 is setting, it separates, the ethanol separates from the fuel. And straight ethanol can be very corrosive to the fuel system. It can eat away injectors, it can eat at fuel tanks, fuel lines, pressure regulators. A lot of items that this can have bad effects on. So be careful when you pull up to a pump that says E15, make sure that your vehicle is compatible to that. And you may offset it with fuel additives, or you may even just look for stations that just carry the E10 or non-ethanol. In my opinion, this is going to make the fuel treatments a lot more important than they used to be. A cyber truck driver in Marion County was caught on video asleep behind the wheel. The Tesla appeared to be in self-driving mode. California Highway Patrol said that if a driver is asleep behind the wheel, they are in violation of California's basic speed laws. And well, I've always wondered if a car was in autonomous mode and the person was asleep, would they get a ticket? And of course, now we know the answer is yes. At least in California, it's a big yes. Probably going to be the same in a lot of other places. Hyundai Motor America is issuing a voluntary safety recall for 54,337 of its Elantra hybrid sedans due to a defect in high voltage electrical assemblies. That poses a localized fire risk. A lot of these recalls can be very important. I recommend going to nhtsa.gov/recalls. It's got a spot there. You can put your tag number and state in, or put your VIN number in, and it'll let you know if you got recalls that are due on your vehicle. And if you see a safety recall, especially something like a fire risk or something that's a big safety hazard, I would recommend going in and getting it done. You wouldn't want to have this joker parked at your house and it catch on fire, or in a garage somewhere being repaired and it catch on fire. So check that out. If you got recalls that are due, take your car in and go ahead and get them done. And that's your C&C Auto Show news for this week. I hope you have a fantastic week and a fantastic weekend. See you next week with more.